Mel, is that you?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
hey.
me.
Hey, Mel, we're back. But this time, Mel, we are back with none other than, hold on. Everyone grab your tea. It is Nintendo Today. Nintendo Today, episode 1 is the name and the number. I was like, you know what? I don't know. I'll tell you what, I don't know why Mel decides to just go along with all these shenanigans I come up with, but I was like, what if we just do Nintendo Today and just talk about Nintendo, and we can talk about anything we want about Nintendo because we're talking about it today, even though today could be yesterday for someone else. Um,
Yeah,
and you were like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And so here we are.
I also think it's because we forgot the numbers for the last time.
Yeah,
So
well, yeah, that could be part of it. Yeah, we forgot the numbers, and so we're like,
got the name.
yeah, we forgot the name. We forgot the names. Multiple names. So instead, we were like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do this. And um, I think part of it that got me excited about Nintendo was watching the Mario Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct, which is weird.
Mm.
Let me just say, we're going to talk about Mario the Wonder Direct later, but let me just say it's weird to me that it's called like it's not weird, but it is weird when I think about it and try to say it all out loud how it's Super Mario Bros. Wonder as opposed to like just Super Mario Wonder. It's Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Yeah, because we pretty much killed off using Bro for like the new Super
Yeah.
series. Most people just say new Super, or like new
Right.
Super Mario, But like when we abbreviate it, we still put the B there. We just don't say it. It's like I
Right,
don't
yeah.
know.
Like Smash
It
Bros.
doesn't.
I just say
Yeah, like
Smash
Smash
usually.
Brothers.
Yeah.
You just say Smash.
Or
You
like
just cut it
Mel
off.
Bro. I usually just say Mel instead of just Mel Bro. Um, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, so we'll talk about that later. But first things first, what's the best thing you ate today? No, this
Oh,
week.
oh.
I don't even know if
Um,
you ate today, but what was the best thing you ate this week? Anything?
see, I forgot about this part, so
You
I didn't have an answer. I forgot about this part. I was like, okay, we're coming back with a
We're talking about
semi-plan.
Mario, yeah. We're talking about what we've been playing.
And I was like, oh, what did I eat actually? Let's see. Like a nacho bowl, I guess. It was okay.
Was it like
I
a
mean,
homemade nacho bowl?
it was like a restaurant, It's like a little Mexican place, Not a technically hole in the wall, but like one step up before that. Not like a local. I mean, not like a big chain brand or anything like that. It wasn't not like a Chipotle thing or anything like that.
Oh yeah, I
It's
hear
like
you.
one step below that kind of thing. It was
Yeah,
okay, but it was probably still the best thing I had. So I wouldn't really go back there. I would just go somewhere else. But it was food. It kept me
it.
alive. So
You could eat it. That's glowing, glowing review from Mel. Uh, what did you think of Super Mario Run Wonder? You can play it. It's this is the
hey,
content
hey,
you come for.
hey! Some of these games now you can't play it anymore. They just come out broken.
Yeah, that's
But,
true. Yeah.
you know, I watched it. I watched it download on my system for 3 days. I'll tell you, once it's finally here, that type of thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm ready to hear your impressions of the download screen when we get there. Um,
Mm.
but yes, the best thing I ate this week, I'll tell you what. Um, I we ordered some food and like Vanessa got a house salad, I got a cheesesteak egg rolls, and um, and they didn't. The house salad was supposed to come with a vinaigrette. That was the whole reason we were ordering it in the first place
Mhm.
because she was craving that vinaigrette. And then they just had ranch in there as opposed to
Oh, that's not even close.
no. I was like, I'll go right now. I'll drive over to there to this restaurant and just get the vinaigrette. She's like, oh no, this'll suffice. And so she ate it, and then she's like, it's not as good. I said, yeah, that's that's what we were talking about.
Because
But
ranch is a lot heavier, so it's
yeah,
you know.
totally different when you're expecting vinaigrette and you get ranch. It's it's like one time I thought I was I got a glass of soda when I was younger, but it was a just straight up whole milk. And
Ooh.
I didn't pour the glass. Somebody like handed it to me, said, "Here you go. Here's some soda," and I didn't even look. It just took a sip, and it was, you know, it's things like that'll give a person trust issues.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I mean, that's a totally different flavor right there.
yeah, the whole flavor profile changed up dramatically. But yeah, so here we are. We're talking about Nintendo here, right? We are talking about Nintendo, and I was like, oh, what a better way to talk about Nintendo than let's talk about some stuff we've been playing. I guess we could start off because we both this is something that got announced and is also coming out um on the next, is it next week or the 12th?
It's the
Gumbrella,
13th. It's the
the
13th, I
13th.
think. It's
Yeah, that's right.
pretty sure it's 13th.
So Gunbrella got announced from Devolver Digital. It's coming out on the 13th. Originally, this demo, it like I thought it was going to be like a December release. Why?
I
I don't
mean,
know, but I thought it was.
see, when you say that, like, I get it. You have no reason to get it, but like, I get it. I
Yeah,
absolutely get it. 'Cause, compared to some of the other titles in the pipeline that they have coming out,
right.
I feel like this one wasn't hyping people up as much because their lineup is pretty strong. It's just, like a couple weeks ago, they had like the little Devolver Digital Delay Direct thing. I forgot the technical name for it, but it
Oh
was like
yeah,
a direct where they just announced delays.
the delay director, whatever it was. Yeah, where yeah,
Yeah,
they were just delaying everything under the sun. They just
and
started off hard
then
with all the ones we were hoping we'd get.
oh yeah, because we were hyped for like Pepper Grinder
Oh yeah,
and the Plucky Spire, and stuff like that. And they just shot those down like instantly, and this one made it through. So, they even said it was coming soon, and you know how I am with the
yeah,
coming soon stuff.
right,
I'm
yeah.
like, this doesn't mean nothing. I need a date, that
Yeah,
type of thing.
because some people say soon and it's like 3 months. Other people say soon and it's like 2 days from that. Um, Here it's soon and it's in a few weeks, September. Um,
Mm, well, not a few weeks. It's like next week,
yeah. Well, they announced it
basically.
last week, but
Yeah,
yeah. So, um, but yeah, it is. It's in like 10 days or something. From probably from the time they announced it, right? When did they announce that? Friday? Was that Friday?
yeah. I feel like it's a Friday.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean, did they announce it this past Friday? Like just
Yeah,
the other day or
I think it was
Thursday?
Friday. It's Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
One of those because I downloaded it and I played it over the weekend. So
Yeah.
I feel like it was maybe Thursday actually.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of those games where so it's a 2D. It's made from the developers of Gato Roboto, and you
Hmm.
play as does our character have a name? I'll tell you what, I
I
if he
forgot his
does, I
name.
don't know. But yeah, you got a gun that's also an umbrella, and the umbrella like gives you basically not only does it act as like a shield or a way to deflect bullets, but it also is acting as a way to like basically help you glide and fly all over the place with thanks to the umbrella. And some of the stuff they show in the trailer, it's rated M for mature, which I didn't realize at first.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of blood. And the demo itself is it's pretty long. Like I think I played it for like an hour, and there was still more to go. I don't know how much longer. I mean, I could have made it right to the end of the demo for all I know.
How far did you like? What is like the last thing you want to
I
play?
think I got to Orwell. Like you get on a train, you get a pass on the train, and take the train into town, and then I stopped right there.
Okay, so it actually does have an ending because it ends with a boss fight. So
Oh, is that you fight that big rat
it's like this big
creature?
pile of red
Oh,
creature
okay.
gush thing, you know.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
yeah,
that's
so
what.
but it's like 2D. It looks really nice, like the pixel art. I like that.
Oh yeah, uh, it has a pre-order bonus actually if you pre-ordered it before the release date, and you get like Gato Roboto for free as well. Because I remember you telling me about it because I already have it. And
Yeah.
I was like, before I played the demo, I was like, you know what, this is probably gonna be like the same length as Gato Roboto. But like after like playing the demo, I was actually kind of surprised because like they give you like this train system thing, but then like you have like these little side quests in the game, and you have like, this main quest you have to do. And like I still felt like there was like maybe a couple of little secrets left in the place I was at before like the demo ended, you know, that type of thing. And it seems like you can go back and forth, so maybe this is a little bit longer than Gato, because Gato Roboto was like mini packed, you know, it was like a bite sized like Metrovania kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah. And much more simplistic in the terms of the graphics and how it looked too.
Yeah, and even the combat in this, in that too, because in this, like, you actually have a nice amount of options with the umbrella gun. Because I posted like a little clip of like how I avoided like this laser just by hopping on like the umbrella, like you know, like you play like Ducktales, you know how you hop like the
Yeah.
cane,
Right.
or like
Yeah.
Shovel Knight, you hop with like the shovel, because like they didn't tell you could do that. So I was just like sitting there for like a second. I was like, I'm gonna try this, or you know, I'm just gonna get shot at. But I was like, I'm gonna try it, and it actually did it. It felt pretty good. And once you get the controls down, you can just kind of fly and glide through this stuff. You know, it's like really fast and really fluid. But it does take you a little bit of time because I primarily did not like the button for to open the umbrella. I kept doing it backwards because I think it's like R, and I kept pressing ZR because ZR felt better to me. But you know, a little
Yeah.
nitpicky here and there. But
Oh, yeah. Because ZR is the shoot, right? You shoot your gun with that.
for a lot of games, it's
Yeah.
typically shared. So I was getting used to that. But once I got it down to like no, it's R. You know, I felt like a little better feel and movement and stuff. And you can use the right stick to aim better. But I think, you know, like the PC version obviously is gonna have a better aiming system for that kind of thing. But I didn't feel like the game itself was letting me down in that category. I felt like my controllers were though, because I'm gonna be honest, these things are pretty heavily used, so I'm overdue for like a new set.
Yeah. Didn't you get one with the OLED, or is that the ones that are giving you
Yeah.
trouble?
Okay, this would happen. This would happen.
Dear.
Okay. They were like immaculate. You know, they were perfection, man. And then like Tears of the Kingdom came out, and I just destroyed them somehow. Like both of my sticks have like a little indent mark in them, and
Uh.
it does not feel good in my thumbs. I hate
Hmm.
it.
You were
So
just,
like,
yeah. You just Tears of the Kingdom, dude. Hard.
yeah, it's like I melted like the top left corner of like both of them. It's like in the same spot. It doesn't have that smooth feeling anymore. And like, you know, the left stick is finally starting to do the drift. It's not as bad as my other ones,
Hmm.
but it's it's crucial for a game like this though, cuz it was like when I was fighting the boss wasn't hard. It was just I was fighting my controls, and it wasn't because the setup of the controls. It was just because my sticks was moving. So, you know,
Well, you had the Pro
maybe
controller, right?
I actually had to switch over to finish the boss like that because it was not happening in handheld mode. And
Oh
you
no.
know, people who know me, you know, I'm the handheld person. So
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah. Your name on TikTok is the handheld
Get out,
queen. I think is what I
get out of here. I do not have that.
no, but
There's probably someone with that. And you
yeah,
should
right,
gonna look
yeah.
it up.
Everyone's gonna look up the handheld queen, and it's not gonna be what you expect. Um, and so, but I was playing with my pro controller, and I was playing in the game, and I was getting drift, and it turns out it's just the game that I was playing in. The dead zone isn't is a lot bigger um than the other games, and it only happens playing this one game, which is Atomic Crops, of course, on the Switch. Um,
Nice.
I don't know why I'm playing Atomic Crops on the Switch and then alternating between the Switch and the um, Steam Deck, but it doesn't. The Switch version, right? Doesn't have the last update on it, which is like brings back classic mode because they changed the way the the planting works and whatnot.
Mhm.
Um, and they just switched it up on me, and I'm like, man. But yeah, I was playing with that, and I was like, oh god, and I gotta get another pro controller. But no, it's I went into the system, checked it multiple times, multiple days, and no other game is having the issue, just this one. So I think it might just be that.
I think it's a sign telling, from like the
Yeah.
universe is like, give this game a little bit of a break,
Stop playing Atomic Crops. Yeah, I know. There's 10 years in the Atomic Crops that you can play through, and
Yeah.
I still can't beat year 5. I'm like, I keep getting stuck on year 5. So what I do is go back to year 1
Mm.
and get these like Capricorns, and like you can like level up in stuff in between runs so that your runs are a little easier, and that's kind of what I've been doing. But yeah, anyway, enough about Atomic Crops. Here's the thing I want to know. Gumbrella, the trailer on the eShop has a teen rating, but on the demo and on the um on the eShop itself both say mature. So,
Well,
mm,
you
well,
know,
I'll get to
they
the
they
bottom of it. I'll,
you know they probably tried to target the T, and then something story wise, or maybe just some of these blood explosion things that happens.
yeah.
Because like each time you kill something, like it just kind of like little bitty chunks and like a big smear of blood just happens. I mean, it's not nothing too bad so far, but Well, okay, I take it back. The first boss when you actually beat it, there was like uh like when you like pour in something like really slow, that type of thing, for like
Oh,
a
yeah.
heavy, like a big pitcher kind of thing, and it
Right.
just takes a while for all like the blood to drain. You kind of have like the same effect with the first boss when you beat it, so you're kind of like knee deep in blood after it was
Oh,
done.
yeah.
So you know, but I really like the movement. I think once I get my hands on it a little bit more for a little bit longer time, you can really like you know combo up a lot of stuff, making sure you can just like glide and fly over stuff really fast. I was getting to the point in some parts of the demo where like I was doing like the little hang glide section, and then I would just bounce off like one thing, and then I'll be back up in the air gliding and stuff. Cause like you don't have like a double jump or anything, but you can just like propel yourself up with the umbrella, you know. And when you really time things right to deflect stuff, it feels really good. And you can
Oh,
aim
okay,
it,
yeah.
different ways. It's not just up, down, left, right. You can do like a whole circle kind of thing.
Right, yeah. Aim
Depending,
in any
depending on the
direction,
controller.
really. Yeah. As
I
long as
still
there's no
think the
drift.
PC
Yeah.
version. Yeah, I still think the PC version for that alone is probably gonna be a little bit better for some people. But like, if you can deal with the sticks, I think you'd be okay. Because I mean, I was doing with the sticks pretty well, even with my issues I have with them. But those are my own personal issues because I messed up my sticks.
Yeah, you went too
It's
hard.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went too hard. It's not the game's fault. I can't blame that. Because when I did switch over, I did have a better, angle, movement, and just range just from that alone, and that felt good too. Because you can, like, repel enemies as well. You don't always have to just block and shoot, Sometimes there's, like, little patterns you can do. And, like, there was, like, one time I bounced off of one, and I went to another, and I just, like, shot it, and then, like, I flipped over my umbrella, and then I repelled myself off another one. I mean, I died, because I found, like, this big hole, and, but it was still cool when I did it.
Right, yeah. Um, that was the demo. It comes out in what, 2 weeks? No, sorry, next week. Comes out next
Technically.
week. I keep saying 2 weeks. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
it
It's
doesn't feel like it's that soon.
it doesn't feel like it's September already. Yeah.
It really doesn't. Oh, wait a minute. It's the 13th? That's a Wednesday. That's weird. Usually it's Thursday releases.
Yeah, I think there is um Starfield I think comes out on a Wednesday too, like Wednesday or
Yeah, because
Thursday, Wednesday
yeah,
night.
it's Wednesday. It's the 6th. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like more companies are just releasing them whenever they want, you know? Just take over a day. Um
And that's their day.
yeah, exactly. So we played that demo. Um let's see. There was another game that I played that Mel saw it and you were like, I know who's gonna like this game. And by golly, it was me. It was me.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, which is just like a 2D platformer, puzzle platformer, I guess you could call it, where you are playing as like an actor in a movie and you're like going through and performing as like a stuntman, sort of. You're running through an action scene and let's say you're playing it and then oh my goodness, there's like a creature coming after you and it no matter what way you go, you're gonna die. Because let's say a boulder's coming down a hill on the right hand side, you're coming down on the left like in a sled, right? And so what you need to do is then stop it, and you even hear like the crew yell cut, right? And you'll hear them yell cut, and when they do that, you need to time. You can change the time of everything. So you could change the time the boulder comes down the hill so that it is coming off of the hill on the right as you're coming off the hill on the left, and you go right underneath the boulder. Otherwise, it'll hit you if you don't time it correctly. And then you figure it out, and then you play through it again, and you go ahead and do it again. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's a wrap. It is. Um, I wish I would have looked up the price, but it is a wrap. It's on sale for the next I think until Wednesday the 6th. But it's a wrap. It came out of nowhere. It's actually it's a W AMC AMC game.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
which I didn't even realize they were like releasing games. Did you? They also did
No.
the
I didn't know
magnificent truffle pigs. Um,
that. Okay, I can see why I didn't realize that.
yeah,
I don't think I'm looking for.
you're not looking for those games.
No, I don't
Um,
think I am.
it is 17.99 is what it is, but it's on sale for 14.99 until the 6th. So, yeah, it I really enjoyed it so far. Um, I have been playing it some more. I probably put about like 2 hours into it so far, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I don't. Okay, so I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of like, there was this game called Exit on the PSP. It also the Exit also came to Xbox Live Arcade, and I believe the Nintendo DS. But yeah, it was like this game where you had to like go through and rescue people, and you had to do it in a very specific order in order to get out before any damage happened to the people or you in the building, and it kind of reminds me of that. Although it has that unique feature where you're going through and you are just taking out everything with um in terms of the like editing. And so it kind of gets a little bit tougher as it goes on because certain aspects of it you can't move. They're like, this trick or stunt is so big that it needs to happen in this order. So because of the way the stunt is, it needs to happen in this order so you can move everything else but this one aspect of it. So you're kind of like working around certain things to try to get it, so it kind of changes it up so you can't just move everything. So it's like, okay, just wait here till I walk by it. Instead, it's like, this is happening here, you need to figure out a way to get around it. And yeah, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah, because when I told you about it, because I saw it in a showcase. It was like one of these
Yeah.
little indie showcases,
Hmm.
and I saw this, and I was like, I know you wouldn't like this because this is like your kind of puzzle solving style.
Right.
But I thought it was pretty unique when I saw it, and the screen of how you're playing it actually kind of looks like you editing an actual video. It's like you're like an actual editor just slicing up these certain parts. You see like all the little lines and stuff. I was like, this is a pretty good like ease into some way, easing people in this, like how to edit stuff, just
Right.
with
Yeah.
like this game as an example. And because that's why they give you these limitations. It's like, well, you can't exactly erase like everything, but you know, I thought it was a neat concept. I knew you like it. Yeah, I'm glad I told you about it.
Right. Yeah. And yeah. And then, yeah, because I think it came out, it was out that day
Yeah, it was
during
like a
that
little,
showcase, like
little,
the
little
mix
shadow
or
drop.
something. It was like out on PC and then came out like 3 days later on Switch. And that's what got me thinking about this, where um I feel like this is going to be one of those games where you play it and it'll be like a game that people talk about in lists like 5 years from now. Be like, oh, those hidden gems on the Switch that you don't see on anything else. Because right now it's on Switch and PC, but it's not on Xbox or PlayStation. And I could see this being one of those games where people will be like, oh, this is one of those games from 2023 that that we think maybe you could check out and find that, oh, this was actually really good.
Yeah. Uh, I think we had a couple of those like back to back lately. But I know this one for sure will be in those types of lists because you and I primarily like at the end of the year we kind of like look for those types of styles of videos, and
Oh
you
yeah.
know us, we're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is not overlooked to us. We saw it already a billion times. I haven't, you haven't,
Yeah.
But like, general public, I really enjoy stuff like this, and I can easily see this being on a couple of them.
For sure. I agree. Um but yeah, that is called It's a Wrap. It is 17.99 most likely by the time you listen to this, and it is on the Switch and PC. But It's a Wrap. That's another game that I've been playing. I played that. I played the Gunbrella. Um, I'm trying to think. I believe there was. So I went ahead. Splatoon 3. I went ahead and checked out the new Drizzle season. Um, this is where they get me. They get me every time there's a new season. I usually don't come back. Like, I'll forget. Someone will be like, "Oh, this one." I don't even remember what the last Splatfest was, but they were like, "Oh, this one." I'll be like, "I didn't even know there was a Splatfest." Like, it's so wild to me that like the amount of people that we had like in the group playing like every Splatfest on 2, and then every Splatfest when like on Splatoon 1 when that came out in my house
Oh
at
yeah,
least. I'd like order pizza. Me and the boys would play some Splatoon. I would look
yeah, it
down
was
at
like a
my
big day
Splatoon
event.
yeah, I'd look down at my Splatoon tattoo, be like, this was a great idea. Now here we are, Splatoon 3's out. Um, we, we played it a bit. I played with some other people, and then everyone just kind of dropped off of it slowly as the weeks went by. And I'll tell you what, I hop back in on these new seasons because they added like one of those like Gatling guns this season that
Yeah.
looks like one of those like old pens where you would like push down the different colors and then that's the color you would use. And it looked,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh wow. And then I was like, every time I play Splatoon, I enjoy it, but it's not one of those games that I think, let me go play some Splatoon 3, you know? It's just one of those games that I don't think about it, but then when I do play it, I enjoy myself. Um, and yeah, this season, I started it and I even messaged you. I was like, I'm going to get to the final, um, level 100 of the season pass or whatever it's called.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that sounds great. And then I played like 3 matches, and then I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do it. This, I just don't think this season was a lot of buckets. There's a lot of new buckets, but I don't really mess with buckets.
Yeah. I
Not like
have
that.
seen some crazy bucket tech this season. You know, because I still get like a nice amount of clips on my timeline, but it's like the Japanese players, of course, they really love it. I really like the series too. It's just I don't know. I think maybe for this one they should have saved it. Honestly, they should have saved it for the next system. I think that would have made a bigger impact. You know, we talked about this a little bit before, but
Like if
you
3 would
know,
have been like
yeah,
first
like
year one.
yeah, year one, not like a launch day, but like in like second to like fourth month within the system's life. I think this would have then have like really the eyes on it, because they added a bunch of stuff in this one. It does feel like new to me, but then they come back each season and they add like the old maps, and then like personally, I don't really like the idols we have this time either, because like when you play through like the story, they're like they're there kind of thing, and they're hyping up like past idols. I was like, well, if you're hyping up these past guys, just give us the past guys back.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, they
yeah,
probably will within the DLC, which we still don't know when that's happening. It's
right.
supposed to be this year, but like,
Yeah. I think if you
I was
look at
kind
it,
of
it
thinking.
doesn't even say 2023. It just says in the future, basically.
I think they might have changed it recently,
Yeah,
because it's been like, okay, this is when it's happening kind of thing, but maybe next direct we see a little bit more
oh
on
yeah.
that
Might be one of those
particular
winter
thing.
2023s, but comes out in like February. But we'll see. But yeah, so I tried to get back into that. I did my dangdest. Um, then there was there anything else you were playing?
Let's see.
Or was it a lot of like the Gunbrella and the
Well, I mean, I told you about the Sparks of Hope mishap.
the debacle? Yeah. I
Because like, I got the date wrong. I thought the Rayman DLC came out like the day before it actually did. So I
yeah,
played like the previous DLC, which was perfectly fine. It's just I wanted
it's
to
not
play the
Rayman.
Rayman one. It's not the Rayman one. Because when they had the first game, they sent like a survey out, shortly after like they came out and you played it. And I requested him, as like a playable character. Like that was one of my big, requests. A big ask. So they put him in this DLC. I took a little sneak peek because I haven't made it back yet because I'm actually like juggling a bunch of stuff right now. I'm not having like a main focus type of game
Oh yeah.
because this is your fault, and I'm
This
blaming
is
you.
my
It's
fault.
totally yeah. This is your fault. Yeah, this is your fault because you told me to get Vampire Survivors, so
Oh,
that's still in the rotation.
well, can't say I blame you.
It is your fault because I wasn't gonna get it. I was like, whatever. But you're like, this is one of my games. No, you gotta try it at least. It's $5.
Yeah.
Please get it. You got the coins for it. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
do have the coins for
I'm
it.
like, I know your ass has the coins. You could just play it, try it, move on from it. And then turns out you haven't moved on from it.
No, because I'm not really like looking up stuff for it. I'm just trying to like explore like naturally, like different combinations and how to unlock characters, how to beat death, I guess, or the Reaper, whatever he's
Yeah,
called.
the Reaper.
I got
Yeah.
close with my last attempt, but didn't quite yet get it. But it's gonna happen eventually because I have about like 8 9 hours into it. It's really fun. It doesn't feel like the 30 minutes once you get into the groove of it.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
it performs pretty well in handheld, but I did have some really major slowdown in like the castle at one part. But like when that happened, honestly, like it was at like the 28 mark, and like I had like 20 billion things going off anyway, so nothing was going to kill me. Like nothing's going to kill me. Like it wasn't a big concern type of thing. So I'm doing all these different combinations. I'm trying to find my couches. There's a couple of my lights. I like the lady who does like the wind glitter thing from like top to bottom. I like her. I like the dog. I like the Bayonetta type of character where it's like just like a whole bunch of little uh spark balls, I guess, just go off. That type of stuff.
Bark
You know,
bugs.
yeah, I don't know what they're called. It's like if you play like a shoot 'em up, like typical of like fighting like most bosses where they just shoot a
Oh,
bunch of
okay.
little.
Yeah.
It's like that because honestly, I forgot most of their names because there's actually a lot of couches in this when you unlock and stuff. Because like there's like these little achievement things you can do, and like each time you get like a new guy, there's like 10 more achievements to get added. Because it's like, hey, beat it with this person. Hey, get this person to level 50. Hey, evolve all the weapons. Hey, go to the DLC stuff. Do the DLC maps. And I tinkered around a little bit with the DLC maps, but I really like this game. I think I'm just gonna keep this in rotation for a really bit, a good bit amount of time. I don't know if this is gonna be like my main game focus, but this is like perfect if you want to kill like anywhere from like 15 minutes to like 3 hours, because it's very easy to get into like a good long loop once you get like your feet grounded into the system, because when you first doing your first couple of runs, it's like, yeah, you're gonna die pretty fast. Yeah, you're not gonna get a lot of stuff. But like once you get more things unlocked and you buy stuff and you buy characters and get new guys, they all have their different abilities. They have the different perks. It's really fun, and I can see myself going through most of these characters and actually using them, not just having like a certain set of people. That type of thing.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you can come up with some crazy combination stuff. So like there was like this black hole that I made, and then there was like this disco ball kind of effect, just like rainbows coming out. And there's
Yeah.
like a bird. There's like two birds actually. You can actually combine them, and it's like just spew out rainbow guts, whatever, and it just gets slaughters everything. It's fun. I didn't
Yeah.
think I was gonna like it as much because literally all you do is move. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah. There's
You just
no.
move.
The only time you use a button is when you select. Every time you level up, you select an upgrade, like or a new weapon. You know.
And this version does have local co-op, so you can play with somebody. But
Yeah.
like it's not really like heavily intense or anything. You do have to watch it. And there is certain setups that you can make that you can just have your guy sit still after a while and he just kills everything.
Have you?
That comes with experimenting.
Have you?
I haven't exactly done that yet, but like I think I knew of one combination, so I think the next time I attempt to do a run, I'm gonna try that out. But
Oh.
I have beaten all 5 levels. I think it's like 5 levels because there's like some little bonus little levels you can unlock, and then there's like the DLC maps. The DLC maps work a little bit different than the original sets. They seem like a lot more advanced and like different tiers of level of like how you do it, because there's like one that's like a ninja garden kind of thing. You have like that little temple you can go into, but then there's like this mountain you can go up instead, and there's like little things they put there you have to collect. Like I got like the character off that map, but I didn't get like the sword, and the sword's like a part of the achievement thing. you know. But
Right,
like
yeah.
me just doing random stuff, it's still unlocking achievements, it's still unlocking abilities, it's still unlocking characters. So like each time you're playing it, you're still progressing in some type of way, you know, some
Yeah.
type of way. So I like stuff like that too, because you know when you hear like road like or road light, you know, it can be a thing like a knock against it. But I think this actually does it pretty well. It's a lot of fun. So I blame you.
I'll take the blame.
And yeah,
You know what? For that one, I will
blame
take the blame.
you.
But yeah.
So
So we've been
before
playing
that,
quite a bit.
before that, it was the Rayman DLC. I was waiting for that, but now that it's out, I did a couple of Vampire Survivor runs, so that took priority. So maybe Rayman be this week, and I'll play that this week
Yeah.
because that's what I wanted to play. Just I didn't get around to it, type of
Because
thing.
that's part of the problem is that'll happen where I'll be like, I'm just gonna do a quick run. I mean, the same thing happens with Atomic Crops, but Vampire Survivors, you do one run, and if it goes well, a lot of, like when if I'm playing and I'm trying to get an achievement, I'll be like, all right, what do I need to do to get an achievement? And it's almost like chess, where I'm planning what items I'm gonna take ahead of time before. Um, and then you can like re-roll stuff like so that you can try and just use a different item instead. Like if you're like, I don't like any of these items you gave me when I leveled up, I'm gonna try and re-roll and get another one. Well, eventually you'll get a character that gives you like 118 re-rolls, right? And so you can just keep re-rolling, and I do that to try and knock out some of these later achievements to try and get everything unlocked. I don't, even though the Switch doesn't have achievements, I still, something in me wants to unlock everything. And so, yeah, I blame myself for that too, that I've been playing Vampire Survivors once again. I've
Yeah,
played it on every system that it's come out on. I played it on my Mac. I started off playing there, and then I played on the Steam Deck, the Xbox, the Switch. I played it on my mobile phone. I've played it everywhere. You know,
yeah. There's not too many places where you haven't played in. Because I remember when you got
except
the
for the
review code
PlayStation.
and you and you showed me, you brought out your light again. You're like, oh, I'm playing it on the light,
Oh
doing my
yeah,
laundry. I was like, of course.
yeah. It was That's right. I had to do the laundry, and so I was doing the laundry, and I was like, I don't feel like carrying this Switch, but I got some big ass pockets, so I just can fit my Switch Lite in my pocket, and yeah, there we are. That's the life we're living. Um,
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be putting the Switch Lite or the Switch OLED in my pocket anytime soon. I'm always like
Mm-mm.
worried that like one of the Joy Cons will like pop off, and then I'll have a hard time getting it back on. And it's
Yeah,
like,
because I mean, those sticks they do stick out a little bit. It's
yeah,
not like
right,
primarily like but it's still concerning because you can still get a car like inside the pocket pouch on the inside, or
yeah.
something.
It's not something, yeah, I'm trying to have happen, but it could happen. Um, but yeah, so I mean that's pretty much what we've been playing.
Mm.
Um,
I
and
mean, there's other choices, but I guess we
right,
save
yeah,
them for next time,
yeah.
some other
There's a
time.
couple of other things. I played 30XX. I'll talk about. I wanted to play that some more. I played it about 45 minutes. At one point, the game like soft locked on me,
Mm.
where I went to go make a selection, and everything was still functioning. I just couldn't I couldn't move. I pushed, like you had to push up to like move to the next room, like you would go through a room, and it was in the main menu luckily, so it didn't, or like in the main section before you do a run, so it didn't affect that. But the fact that it happened and I had to just hit the home button, close the game and restart it, I didn't lose um anything that time, but who's to say if it were to happen again, you know? But yeah, I'll play some more of that. I'll let you know if that happens again, and we'll talk
Okay.
about that next time. But yeah, th- we wanted to talk about the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct.
Yeah.
Um, they announced it out of nowhere. I mean, they announced all these directs out of nowhere. Um, but they announced it and they're like, yeah, we're going to have it. And then sure enough, it's like, the day before Nintendo Live. So it kind of adds up. And yeah, let me ask you this, Mel. Super Mario Wonder Direct, what did you think just from like when they first showed it off in June? Were you excited about it then? And then did the Direct make you more or less excited for it?
Okay, so I've been waiting for a new 2D Mario since the last one came out, which was like over a decade at this point. Because I'm not, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of the Mako games. I don't like them. I really don't like them. So,
Yeah.
because there's been this conversation online. It's like for that period of time, from then to the announcement of the Wonder, it's like, hey, are these Super Mario Maker games gonna take over for the 2D games? And I was like, dear God, I hope not, because yeah, there's some good levels, people can make. It's just I'm gonna be honest, I don't think most people can make a good level. So I've
Yeah.
been dying for like the professionals, the past games I played over and over and over again to make a new game. And then they finally come out with this, and it's like I saw someone online said like Wonder is like they took like a gimmick level that everybody liked, but it's like the entire game.
Oh
Because
yeah.
like each time you play one of these levels, there's like a wonder part, and it does something different from the rest of the level, and like no wonder sections are the same. That's what they said in the little treehouse thing they had earlier
Right.
this week added to the live. Because I watched that too. It's very colorful. It's very vibrant. You have a nice selection of characters, even if they're not like my favorite characters. To be honest, Uh,
Oh yeah. They don't have Waluigi.
I'm very glad they don't. But they have almost someone just as bad to me. So
Oh no, who's that? Don't we will not stand for any blue toad slander.
I mean,
You're not a fan of blue toad?
I'm not a fan of either Toad. Toadette's fine. I'm fine with Toadette.
Toadette's all right. Yeah.
Toad, she's fine. She's an actual character to me, so that's fine. It's like if Captain Toad was in this, I would be perfectly okay with that because I love Captain Toad.
Right.
But like now, if you just give me Toad, I hate him because I was like, we have Captain Toad. He's
More
a lot better
character.
character.
Yeah.
He's more character to me. I like him, but I don't like Daisy. I never liked Daisy. So I
Uh
don't. I just don't like her. So. But it's good that you still have another choice, But like, I would prefer like Rosalina or like Pauline at this point because I didn't like Pauline either for the longest time until Odyssey. Odyssey came out. They gave her a little bit more character again. Like that Simpsons scene where it's like Malibu Stacy, and
oh
like
yeah.
Lisa's trying to like get the kids not to buy Malibu Stacy anymore, but like the company just comes out and they put like a hat on her. And like everybody's like, but she has a new hat, and they go and buy it. Pauline was kind of like that to me because they gave her a hat,
Oh yeah, they sure
and
did.
and they made her mayor for like a New Donk City, and then she has like a very special, important moment in Odyssey. Like she has like one of the best scenes in Odyssey because the New Donk City level. She does like the song, and he goes through the level. It's like really cool. It's an awesome scene. So like you have to do something like that for like some of these other Mario characters for me to like them. Cause yeah, Daisy does have like Super Mario Land too, but like how long it's been since I played that? Like, come on. She hasn't really been in the spotlight for like some of these other characters we have, so I don't really like her. And I was a little disappointed though, because we talked about this before the direct. Because Elephant Mario, really cool. Usually these power ups, they're just like hats on him. It's kind of like Kirby, he puts the hat on and then he just does the action. But Elephant Mario, he actually turns into an elephant. So we were talking about like, hey, some of these other characters gonna be like different animals, but like no, they're all elephants. So I'm a little disappointed with that. But I guess it makes sense because they're introducing this badge system to where you have different abilities with the badges and
Right.
you know some of these abilities were kind of linked to old characters before. Like there's like a floating one, which which is like Peach's thing in like 3D World and stuff. Where she floated a little bit. That was so, but it was only locked to her. So I can see points for and against this badge system, but I think I'm gonna really like it in the end because it makes you don't have to use them for certain things, but then there's like badge missions within the world. That adds on a little bit more play value to that. And you can challenge yourself with some of these badges. Like not all of them are like going to be super good. Like one of them's like invisibility, but then you have fun, silly stuff like it's like always running or like double jumps or like like the clawed Spider-Man thing going on.
Oh yeah, the
That's cool.
vine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So I think I'm gonna really like this badge system. Wasn't expecting that like in the 2D Mario because like why would you? You thought you would just go point A to B kind of thing. I like how the environments look so far. From the little small little footage we saw, there is co-op. You have the local, which is your basic. I don't think I hate the online co-op right now, to be honest, but I have to see how that plays out. But I think the way they did it for this is probably a lot smarter than them trying to mimic 3D World again because it went okay for that, but it wasn't always the smoothest it could be. With this, you have like the little ghost of your friend in the background. You can kind of help them out. You can do like little speed runs against each other. They're still interacting, but it's kind of like a Dark Souls kind of thing. It's not
Right.
like they're in your space. That kind of thing. So
Yeah. And not only that, but then like when me and the boys played 3D World online together when they were at their mother's one time, and it ended with them just yelling at each other because Dash kept on jumping on Flynn's head, and Flynn was not having it. So the only way I could see that being an issue here is like if one of us dies and then the other one just runs away so that the ghost can't catch up to you to like to bring yourself back, you know. But I do like they brought back the holding an item so you can hold an extra item.
oh, that's a good one too.
They brought that back. Uh it's one of those things you couldn't bring back with, before. Well, they could have brought back. They just didn't be without the um actual um I wonder if one of those let me finish my thought first. They with them without the dual screen, right? So
Yeah.
like, it's much easier to just have it. But I I wonder if there's going to be a badge that you every time you die, you automatically start with with another power up in your like you're holding
Ooh.
a power up. That could be
I
and
mean,
that
that
could
could
be
be
a
a thing.
badge cuz it seems like some of the badges might be there to help, but then other badges are there like the invisible one. That just seems like something that we're going to see on Awesome Games Done Quick, you know?
Yeah, it does seem like some of these badges are made with certain people in mind.
Yeah.
Because you
Like
can only have one badge on at a time, so you
right.
can't just like stack a bunch of them.
Yeah. Some of the wonder effects that they showed were like you turn into a Goomba and you're just running around. The other one was like you're turned into a balloon and you kind of like have to move around with that. Um,
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, some of like the small little effects that they did with the like just like the animation styles and like the with the hat like coming undone and whatnot. And the fact that like if you finish a course as Elephant Mario, um, if you finish a course as Elephant Mario and have water in your trunk, you will water the the person that open like gives you the stamp at the end of the level. They'll give you like a bonus coin if you water them. So I wonder if
yeah.
there's going to be a thing where it's like, you got to water them all, baby. You just all of them. We're gonna water all of them. Um,
It does seem like they added little objectives like that to this game because we have this badge system. It doesn't seem like we have like hidden coins, but we have these hidden wonder seeds kind of thing. You get one of them from finding like the wonder effect in the stage, and then like one from completing the stage. So you're gonna have to add like little extra things since we're not getting like these hidden coins anymore.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it seems like there's a good little variety of the levels because someone posted like World One screenshot, and it looked like there was like 20 little dots there of just stuff to do, and that's just like one side of that. So I think this is gonna be maybe a little bit more of a longer game than some of these past 2D Mario's ones we have. But I don't know if like each mark on the dot, on that map is gonna be like a full-on level. Some of them might just be like badge missions because they showed off some of these badge missions in the Treehouse Live at the Nintendo, Live thing earlier
Right.
this
Yeah.
week.
They had the batch challenges. Yeah. And then they also have like pop up shops where you can like buy standees or you can buy, um, you know, badges there too. What's it called kind of does that with, was it, I can't remember which one. It was, Mario Odyssey where they kind of give you all the different stuff to do. I wonder, like all the different shops in each world. You would get like the different shops.
Yeah,
Um,
I like that.
I'm curious to see like if anything comes of like so when you help other people when you're playing online, if you help them, you get bonuses, right? Like you get like numbers over your head. I wonder if there's like a bonus for get 1,000 and you unlock this standee, letting everyone know you're helpful, and it'll just be like, Mario Maker Mario or something.
Yeah, I can see something like that because it gives you something to drive for after just completing the level. It's making you more helpful in the community, and yeah, I think we can see something possibly like that of happening. And for this one, it seems like I know there was like a little interview that went out earlier this week, and it was like there was like no timeline for this game. So like the first couple of months or whatever, they were just like, "Hey, let's think of just like whatever we want. What is like the most random things?" And then there's other periods of time, it's where it's like, "Hey, you can't use any old characters anymore, any more old enemies. You have to. This is the time where you have to make new things because we did actually see a lot of new enemies in this little 15-minute direct. Because
Right.
before it happened, I know we talked about it, and we were like, "Oh, we're probably gonna have to waste like 5 minutes on like history of 2D Mario, the sales, or like, the Charles, Martin,
Oh yeah,
because we thought that was gonna be here, but that's gonna be like a different video for that. So,
maybe during
because
a
like those
September
15,
direct.
yeah, maybe,
Uh,
because those 15 minutes flew by. Because I was like, man, they showed us a lot of stuff. There's a lot of character in this game, and I was like, that's not enough. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's enough.
right.
But, like, man, it's so cool. This is my most anticipated, easily.
Right, yeah. Normally when I'm like excited for a game, I was like super excited to play Starfield, and then I watched this like direct, and now it's like I'm still gonna play Starfield on Wednesday, but not nearly as excited as I once was. And not only that, but then like leading up to it, I'm probably like the closer we get, the more excited I'm gonna get for it.
Yeah, because if there is another drug happening, we're gonna see like another trailer, and it's probably gonna show off even more stuff they didn't show off before.
Hmm.
Because like if you really go back and watch those 15 minutes again, there's a lot of stuff in there they jammed in. I'm just surprised.
Oh yeah. And
There's a
then
lot of
they
character
even
in there too.
like at the end, like the monologues, like the end, like trailer section there, they kind of like showed all these like really cool sections, and like you got the king, that little king, right? And they're the one that's holding the badges. You got them like hiding, just laying on your shoulder the whole time you're playing the game.
Oh, like the prince. I think it's a prince.
Yeah,
Prince like
yeah, you're right.
fallen.
Prince Florence or something. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like flowers, it's seeds. It's always a theme with them.
But yeah, they got that, and I was like, "Oh man, this is exciting." I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to play it. But yeah, it's definitely one of those games where I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready to play it." Plus, not only that, but like, just the detail of the characters themselves is like so much greater than usual in terms of like the animations and like when they jump and their hat, like their facial expressions and stuff like that they be making. Especially, I feel like you notice the details more when you're playing like single player because it kind of zooms in a little more, so it's not as quite as pulled back for the multiplayer. But yeah, um, this is definitely probably my most anticipated game, even with Super Mario RPG coming in November. That looks more like a simple like remake.
It's
Um,
like one to point kind of thing,
yeah.
almost.
Oh yeah,
I know
kind
there's
of
gonna
like
be
one
some
to one. Yeah.
differences. Yeah, I know, but
Right.
I was just really impressed with this, to be perfectly honest, because we have this big long drought of basically new 2D Mario from them. I was just mostly expecting a different art style change because we had problems with the new Super Series because when it first came out, it was fine, a little safe, but then they came out with like three others, and especially like two of them back to back, like within like 3 months. You didn't have like this visual pop anymore. It was just like, oh, here's another one. And like I feel like the Wii game, Super Mario Brothers Wii U, gets a little bit more of a bad rap because it's following that same art style, but that one's like really good. I think that's the best one from that whole series. It's that one,
Oh,
and I think like the Wii. I think
New
I'll put
Super
those like,
Mario Brothers U. Is that what it was called?
yeah, I think it was just that. I would put those like neck to neck, to be perfectly honest.
Oh yeah.
But
Right. Yeah.
once you get that style over and over and over again, and then you have like the 3DS game come out like 3 months before that, it's like, hey, this is kind of like overkill at this point. So I was just expecting like a different art change, but like more of that same style again, because it's still 2D Mario, it's still really solid. And then the Wii U game also gave us like the Luigi levels, and the Luigi levels are really good too if you haven't played them.
Right.
They're a little more technical in certain areas, but they're still fun. But Wonder, it's like they took that. It's like, hey, we heard you want the art style change. You did it. They're more expressive. They're more fun. You have more characters to play as. I mean, you can play as Yoshi. You can play as the Nabbit. You have Daisy, Peach, Luigi, Mario, and then the Toads. I'm probably, to be perfectly honest, I'm probably just gonna stick as Luigi because I don't really like the elephants in any of the other characters. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like them. I think Daisy and Peach look very weird. I don't think they look cute at all. Sorry, I don't.
Mm.
Then
Well,
then the toads to me, the toads look like they had like diapers on them when they're in the elephant form.
yeah.
So
I hope
I
they
don't like
do.
that either.
Um. The. But yeah. The elephant. My question to you. I got a couple of questions about the elephant. Two questions.
Okay.
First question is what came first? Them deciding, oh, we want to have these little buckets of water that you can cool off this lava, or did they do that and then go backwards and be like, what sort of power up can we give Mario to to do the
This
water?
is a this is just a chicken or the egg question,
Yeah,
basically.
what came first? Yeah, what came first? Elephant Mario, or the mechanic to like cool down the rocks, the lava into rocks?
See, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I want to say Elephant Mario, but I think Nintendo works with the technical puzzle aspects first, and then they work backwards. I think that's
Yeah.
what they would do. But I feel Elephant Mario because I'm a chicken person versus the egg. It's
Yeah.
probably like not like the actual chicken came first, but like something chicken like,
Yeah.
produced this egg, eventually mutated into chicken that we know today, that type of thing.
Right. And then my other question is elephant related. Are we
Mhm.
going to have a boss fight with Bowser who gets an elephant power up?
I mean, he's technically like a flying castle
Yeah.
ship thing, so I
So
don't
I
know.
guess it could be Bowser Jr. gets the elephant power
Ooh,
up.
we haven't really seen him, so he's been
Yeah.
in like the past couple 2D Mario games, so he could
He
be popping up
yeah.
here.
He's we see him in one scene as a boss fight where he's got the bandana on, the four player, and then we
Mm.
also see him flying behind the Bowser castle
You know what?
at the very beginning.
He's probably gonna be like showing up in each world. I don't know if you're gonna fight him in each world, but like I can see him being like, like, hey, I'm gonna follow along with him, I'm gonna make sure he's doing fine as the ship castle
Yeah.
thing.
And
you know.
then yeah.
Are we gonna have the other Koopa or are we just gonna have more new enemies? Because again, they really kind of like
Yeah.
front loaded us, showing us new enemies, and I'm very excited for them.
Flower Kingdom.
Yeah, it's a different kingdom. It's not the Mushroom Kingdom. But like when they first say that and they show like the background, it's like, okay, you really stretched this. Wow, big deal. Ooh. But then like when they
Right.
show off more of the game, it's like, oh, this is actually kind of cool.
Right.
Sure, the castle itself in the background doesn't look that much different, but like all these levels, all these different powers, the expressions, who you can play as,
Right.
it's
It's
just very exciting.
part of me feels like Miyamoto was like, no, we still have this style guidebook that you need to stick to. So you can't have all new enemies and like this wonder seed. But oh, you want to do it in Flower Kingdom? Okay, then yeah, you can do it. It
It's
just
like,
feels like something like that.
it's
Um,
I'm excited. I'm really excited for it.
what about
And then
so you don't like the Elephant Mario, the look of it
no,
at
no,
least.
I like the Elephant Mario and I like Elephant Luigi. I don't like any of the other characters in elephant form, so I'm not gonna play as those characters. I'm only gonna be Mario or Luigi. If I can't be Luigi and like somebody's other party thing,
Yeah.
like maybe I'll
N-
be Toadette. As like,
Nabbit, you're gonna be Nabbit.
see, I'm a big Nabbit fan. I really
Yeah.
love Nabbit. It's just
You're a big proponent of Nabbit.
I am. I want him in everything. It's just they target him as like, it's like he's made for like a certain type of person. Someone who's like not really good
Yeah.
at a
So it should be
platforming.
so it should,
Don't even.
it should be
Don't
pretty good
even.
for some younger children. That's all I was gonna say. Um,
Yeah, okay, okay. I mean, I didn't play like Super Mario Brothers 3 and Sonic 2 at 4 and beat them by myself. No, 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 I can't.
no, that's true. As a
Uh,
child, see, so it would have been good for you, easier, for you to play as Nabbit back then. Um,
yeah, it just wasn't a thing. But
but
I do like that he's in it. It's just
yeah,
I wish like in future games, if they want to do stuff like that, they make that a toggle for all the characters. Like because maybe like some kid actually wants to be Mario, but like isn't very good. Make that a toggle for him.
right, yeah.
'Cause-
But I get. So with those characters, you can select any of them. Then the game is you can beat the game start to finish without any of the power ups because Yoshi and Nabbit don't get those power ups.
they don't get them.
Yeah.
So you also miss out on a different aspect of the game as well, just playing as those guys. But it's still a nice option. You can have like a whole party of just Yoshis. That look pretty
Mm-hmm.
fun to do. Just like a run through of maybe a couple levels and such like that. You know?
Yeah,
But,
if you can play through the whole game as them, I imagine. So I guess they'll be able to turn into like Yoshi Goomba, all right, like a Goomba.
ooh, I don't actually know because I know Yoshi and Nabbit does not have an elephant form. That's
Right.
been
You
pretty
can't
much
get.
confirmed.
They said you can't get any of the power ups like bubble, drill,
Mm-mm.
stuff like that with them.
Oh man, the drill is really nice in this thing too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the drill was a lot of fun. It looked like something that came out of like a 3D Mario game, or felt like it.
Easily,
Yeah.
easily, because you can propel yourself up to like a higher ceiling, and you can unlock the part of the level you haven't seen before. If you use like a certain badge with
Right.
it,
Yeah.
you can break through like the crystal blocks. You can go underneath enemies and just poke them. you know, it's you know those like certain enemies that can fall on top of your head and they just instantly die because you have like the spiky hat on, you know,
Oh
the
yeah.
spiky horn hat. So that's a nice little effect too. And I'm sure they haven't shown us all the power ups because they showed us the bubble thing, which was okay. But I like the drone more, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. And I know it's a 3D thing, but I kind of would like B Mario.
What more?
B, like a bumblebee.
Oh, the bumblebee. Oh, it's been a while since we saw him,
Yeah.
so
But
he might actually turn into a bee in this one. You know?
right, yeah. Yeah, that's true cuz I'm trying to think, is this the first one that you actually turn into a creature? Like
Yeah, because
Penguin
usually that's
Mario, Bee
constant.
Mario, they're all like costumes. Yeah, Tanuki
There's the
suit,
frog, raccoon, tanuki. You know the
fire.
costumes.
Yeah.
The shoe. You know, you just jump in the
You're
shoe.
in a
You know,
shoe. Yeah. This I think
in the
yeah, this
shoe.
is the first one outside of, Mario Odyssey where your hat would just take over a
Yeah, I
character.
mean that's a little different. You
Yeah.
know,
But
that's
this
not
is the
like
first straight up power up that
yeah. He just
yeah.
transforms into
Outside of
anything.
like liquid silver or whatever Mario.
Yeah, yeah, like
That
the
one on
metal. Yeah,
64, but that's like the closest. Like you
that's
would
kind
get
of
a
like the
cape
closest.
or ears in 64 or World.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have the cape, the feather hat. You know,
I'm sure somebody's going to let us know. No, you can actually turn into a, you
I'm
know.
sure we missed something, but like typically, you know, he doesn't turn into the actual creature. He just
Yeah, he
he
turns
just puts
into
a
a race
costume on.
car driver in Mario Kart, turns out. Um, but but yeah, it usually is a suit. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick is Yoshi. When Yoshi sucks something up, the face that Yoshi makes, it's like a scrunched up face. Like I just grabbed, like when Yoshi grabs something and puts it in its mouth. Now, it's like bottom lip is over top of its upper lip, and it's just like, yeah, it just looks funny. But I like the way it looks.
Yoshi in general actually kind of reminds me of like his world design a little bit more than some of these past
Oh yeah,
2D 3D Yoshis. I actually kind of do like that little throwback.
yeah.
Uh, I am a little concerned though when the elephant characters ride Yoshi because it
Oh
looks
yeah.
like he's holding on for dear life because apparently you can still use Yoshi as
Right,
the
yeah. He's just holding on. Um, when you jump on their back, I wonder who's in control. Yoshi?
I mean, is he really in control? Like,
I guess you got to be. Otherwise, like Elephant Mario could jump off of him at any time. You know. Hmm. I
I
guess.
mean,
Well, you
he's
know what? We're
been
gonna have to wait and find out. I guess.
yeah. Hopefully, be hopeful. You know what? I'm really excited for it
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah.
because you know this is kind of what I wanted. I didn't think I was gonna get exactly what I wanted. Almost, you know.
Right.
But
Yeah. And then
yeah,
yeah. But
this is probably the
Yoshi.
best I could get.
We got Yoshi. We got the power ups. We got the multi. Are you gonna play with that online on or off?
I haven't decided yet. I'm actually kind of still deciding if I want to play with the talking flowers on or off because you can
Oh
actually
yeah.
select those off if you don't want them on.
Yeah. I saw some people talking about that. They're happy that you can turn it off. I'm looking forward to it. In the sense that maybe I'll like start a room, and then if anyone wants to join, they can just join because you can have 12 people, and then just play
Yeah,
whatever level, and then just the idea that you can see other people playing different levels. It kind of like m- make me feel more connected almost in the game, even if we're not playing the same level.
yeah, and sometimes some of these people can, they obviously help you. They can
Right.
like
Yeah.
give you like an item, or they can just show you what not to do on a level.
Right. I know. Yeah. So in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna play this game, and then if there's a spot where I die or I notice I die, I'm gonna go back and put one of those standees there.
Yeah, you can put a little standee, a little comment, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
watching some other people, you could probably find some little secrets too. So I can see you, like if you're the type of person who wants to discover all the secrets on your own, I can see why you turn that off completely. You don't have to play like that, but
Right. Yeah.
for some people who are having trouble finding some of these secrets, that could be like a helpful tool as well. Besides just looking them up, because that's what we do just nowadays. It's like after a certain period of time, it's like, oh, it's good. How do I get this thing?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is out October 20th. It's going to be
Mhm.
$59.99, or you can use one of the Nintendo Switch Online code tickets. What are they called?
Vouchers.
Vouchers. Yes, thank you. You
Yeah,
can get
and
them.
you
Go
know,
ahead.
you can also get 100 platinum coins if you're in Japan, if you wish list this thing. I
Uh,
seen that you're like the only
oh, the
person talking
the
about
horror. Yeah,
it.
I'm the only one that cares about this. But yeah, I'm sure there's a number of people that don't even know wish listing is a thing on the eShop. I usually only wish list things if I go on the store and accidentally hit that instead of like download demo or purchase a game. Um, but yeah, that's just how we roll around here.
Yeah. Because, I mean, for like these major games, like Wonder, I'm not going to put that on the wish list because I know I'm going to get that. I put it for stuff like, I was like, oh, this is a kind of interesting. I'll get it on sale maybe. Or it's like, I don't know if this is day one or not, I'm going to put it on the list. That's why I only had like 20 things, instead of like 40 probably. Because like the other half, like I know I'm going to get, so why bother putting it
Right.
on the list?
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yeah.
I guess they want them, yeah, Nintendo. I guess Nintendo wants people to start using the wish list more. So, I don't know. Maybe it entices you to buy in more, but like I don't know. I guess I'm not that type of person because like I have the wish list in mind. I use it for a certain purpose, and it's been doing fine.
Right. I feel like they're
We'll see how
doing
it
it
goes.
with this game here, giving you 100 platinums, because maybe then if you like realize you can wishlist things on the eShop, then you'll with this game you'll be more likely to wishlist like like indie games and be like, oh, let me wish list that game. Like where you wouldn't even know. I'm sure there's a number of people don't even know wish listing's a thing. So if you show people that it is with this Mario game and give them some platinum coins so they can get absolutely nothing with it, then they would probably be more likely to be like, oh, I'll go
Hey,
check that out.
hey, they can get new avatars. Okay.
That's true. Yeah, I'm
New
ready
avatars.
for. We might not get Elephant Mario Amiibo, but we will get Elephant, Daisy, Peach,
Oh yeah, all of them.
Toadette,
Yeah, all of them. And
Elephant.
I'm personally hoping for the melon piranha plant because that's one of the new enemies,
Yeah,
and they showed that off. I was like, this could make a good third icon,
right. I
So
I
that's
wouldn't
gonna
be
be new
surprised if
addition.
they. I feel like they're gonna do that, and they're gonna do the Yoshis and Nabbit, but they'll also do Yoshi after Yoshi put something in their mouth, like that face that
I
they're
think
making.
I think maybe you're getting a little ahead of yourself for that one,
I,
but I can see
I'm
Yoshi in
I'm
it.
calling it now. If I'm wrong, you can give me a $5 eShop card. If I'm right, I'll still take it.
No,
But I will.
no.
Hold on.
What is this?
We haven't
What is
even
this
said all
bad?
the terms. But just make sure you, yeah, add it to your wish list and get your 500 or no, not even 500,
100,
100
100. Wow, wow.
100 platinum coins only in Japan. So, good luck with that.
I'm just so surprised they started that this late. Like,
Yeah,
you expect
they,
something like that happen like first year.
yeah, or yeah, not only this late, but like have it now instead of in June when they announced Mario. Like, I'm curious what it is that getting that. They must see that there's not that many people doing it.
See, I can't even say that because like if you go for some of these online stores like Amazon, especially after that direct, it was like number one of games. Not
Yeah,
counting like the discount card, not discount cards, but like PlayStation eShop,
yeah, that's
Microsoft
true.
cards. Not counting those. It's like number one. So like and it's this game too. It's like This is our next major game, as you know, from Zelda from this year. It's those two. Those are the 1-2 punch. I don't see why you would need a bunch of people like wishlisting it. You know, it just seems like someone would automatically know which day it's coming out. They're gonna buy it, or the Christmas season's gonna happen. That's gonna be the game to get. And you can maybe get it with the new OLED system, which I totally forgot about until just right
Oh
now.
yeah, they got the red
That was the
OLED.
very last thing. That was the
Yeah,
very last thing they did. It's like, oh yeah, the new system. He's on the back. There's hidden coins in the dock. It's
right.
red. Right.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing about the whole system is the hidden coins
I love it.
being in the same formation as the first coins that you see when you take the first warp pipe,
Pipe
or the
down.
pipe, not
Yeah.
even a warp pipe, but the first pipe in Super Mario 1. Um,
I actually really like the little Mario at the very
okay, yeah.
edge of the dock, that
Yeah.
little corner. Because it reminds me of like a Mickey Mouse like outline. And I bet you that's what they're going for. It's like, oh yeah, you know what? Mickey Mouse does this kind of crap all the time. And then when you open the dock, you see the coins. I actually really like this special system. I know some people might think it's boring because it's just red, especially on the front, and the controls are just red. You know, it's nothing really special in that sense. But I like the little bitty details on the back and such. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like a lot of these special docks. I think a lot of them are just hideous. Like this is just red, you know, so it's not that bad to me.
Right.
And it's the OLED, so you have the nice screen with it. And I can't wait for some guy to make a video with all the red Joy Cons, and he can tell
And
me
next to
which
each
one
other.
came.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like a slightly different red.
It'll
I
be
can't
like
wait for it.
yeah, the Coke or the Pepsi test, you got to tell which one's which.
Yeah, I can't. Because I know when I look at it, I was like, oh, it's just red. It's like, it's probably like the red from like the Odyssey bundle they did it all a couple years back. But I know in my heart, it's probably not. It's going to probably like a slightly different shade, you know. The collector's going to have to buy it because it's like, oh, somebody can get it, you know.
Right, yeah.
That's the thing.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. October 20th can't come soon enough. And yeah, Mel, thanks for joining me. Well, this has been episode 1 of Nintendo Today. Do you have where the heck you want people finding you? Where what's
Eh,
your
I mean,
address, your username, anything?
I mean, if for some reason you want to look at my stuff, it's probably going to be small little clips and posts on Twitter, and I'm calling it Twitter. So
Yeah.
that's going to be me
Mel needs a
at
name.
Melanie's a name.
Yes, indeed. Look her up. She's got some good clips on her. Sometimes you can tell your ass is like trying to clear out space, and you'll be like posting a clip
Yeah.
an hour or something like that to be like,
Yeah.
I need to get rid of these. Before I'm running out of space. I'm trying to make some new ones while I'm playing this game, whatever the game
That's
is.
exactly what it is. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll have like 5 or 6 in a row, and I'm like, man, these are really good, but like I need to make space. Because like I don't I'm not like you. I don't make the videos and such. Like I don't stream or anything, so I
Right.
don't
Yeah.
have other avenues to make little stuff. You know, I don't think I have the drive for that as of this point in time. Maybe eventually, I don't know. But right now, I'm satisfied with the little clips. So sometimes I do have to do like the refrigerating storage thing where I'm just moving stuff around and posting a bunch of stuff and deleting them. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, here you go, you know, that type of thing.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. You know,
Yeah.
besides from chit chatting here.
And then yeah, you can post. Maybe maybe you'll be posting content once we get to Nintendo Today episode 100.
Maybe
Let's
so,
try
you
and get
know.
to level episode 2 first before we think about 100. But yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, and we will talk at y'all next week.
Don't you want to say where you're at? You know,
Oh
just in
heavens,
case.
yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'm pretty much Super Nintendo on everything, but then YouTube it is Nintendo Today. So there you go. Thanks to everyone for listening, and once again, we'll talk at you next week. Toodaloo.
See ya.